Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. What up, everybody? Big Hurt Prison Talk. Thank you for supporting the channel, for subscribing to our YouTube, Fresh Out Life After Penitentiary, and keep the questions rolling. FreshOutSeries@gmail.com. Had another question from one of our viewers. I was wondering, what do you think about people's attitude leaving prison about the police? I have a little over a year in working on the streets as an officer in the hood, and I found that people who have done state time or federal time are quicker to show respect than those who haven't served a sentence. This is coming from somebody apparently who works as a police officer, and I would have to agree. I mean, if you've done time, there's a certain level of respect you have for law enforcement, and at the same time, if they know you've done time, there's a certain level of respect that they give you back because you've been through the system. You know, if you've been in and made it out, that means somehow you were able to handle yourself accordingly and do what you needed to do to get back into society. A lot of cats that's never been to the pen or never been in situations where they're dealing with correctional officers or police officers, they don't know the routine, so they don't know how protocol works. And what I mean by that is how you conduct yourself, you know, the type of language you use as far as conversation. There's a lot of different things. You just know what to do and what not to do. You know, a lot of people who, like I said, haven't been in these situations, they might be smarting off or just acting cocky or you know, saying things that can either incriminate themselves or get themselves an ass whooping. You know, once you've dealt with police inside, when you come out, you just know how to handle your business, and they recognize that. And so, you know, there are, you know, some people who deserve to get their ass whooped, and there's some popos that might, you know, unnecessarily project themselves with an attitude when they shouldn't. But at the same time, you know, a guy who has done time carries himself differently than a guy who hasn't. And it shows when, you know, these cops are working in neighborhoods, because dudes who are, you know, been in the system just carry themselves with a lot more respect, and the police recognize that, and it's a reciprocal thing on their side, because, you know, a lot of times it might just be a miscommunication, or they're just looking for something that, you know, you ain't got nothing to do with. So if you handle yourself well, you ain't gonna have no problems. But yeah, I would agree that guys who have done time, state or federal, carry themselves with a little more respect, and the system, as far as having gone through the system, and police respect them more too.